Hi everybody, my name is Shawnee and this is my husband Genoa. We are National Marketing Directors with Nerium and we've been involved for 14 months. We just really wanted to do a video so that we could share why we're so excited about this product and this company and why we have invested all of our time into it. So a little bit of background of myself. I am a hairstylist. I've been doing hair for 10 years. I am previously a salon owner, and about 14 months ago a friend came to me with Nerium and thought that it would be a great product for me to carry in my salon and share with my clients. And as a hairstylist, we're pretty jaded. We get approached by different people trying to sell us stuff all of the time. And so I just assumed it was like everything else, it wasn't going to work. And my clients always try to get me involved in candle parties and Tupperware parties and all those kinds of things, and it's just never really been something that I've been interested in. So I just assumed this was like that, and I really shined my friend on and didn't even offer to take a look at it, try it, nothing. I was kind of mean now that I think about it, but she found a way to get back to me. Me and Genoa got married in October of 2012, and we went on a honeymoon for 10 days. And when we came back from our honeymoon, we got together with his parents for dinner. And as soon as his mom walked into the restaurant, instantly I could see that something was different about her. And I'm thinking in my head, how is this possible? I mean, she looks really great. What did she do? I've only been gone for 10 days. Did she lose weight? Did she get new makeup? What did she do? So we're sitting there, and finally I asked her, and she said that my friend who tried to get me involved with Nerium went and snuck her a bottle while I was gone, and she'd been using it for 6 days. And so at that point it definitely got my attention, not only because I could see a difference in her skin, but the fact that I didn't know she was given a bottle, it really proved to me that the product worked. And so at that moment my wheels started spinning, because I started thinking, in the beauty industry, I know what people will spend to have their hair done. We all want to look good, and even if we're broke, we still want to look good. And to me, I think that skin is so much more important than your hair, because it's something you're born with. It's your identity. It's the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning, and when you go out, before you walk outside, you have that mirror right by your door. So we all want to look good, right? And we want to feel good, and it can really affect our lives in so many different ways. And if we have a product that can actually help people not only look better but feel better, then that can actually change someone's entire life, with relationships, with their marriage, with their career choice, whatever it may be. So I got very excited, and on the car ride home that night, I told Genoa, I really want to check this Nerium thing out. And he looked at me like most husbands would, and he thought I was crazy, and he rolled his eyes and said, no, we are not doing one of those. And I begged him, please just go home and do some research, and then you can tell me no after you do. So he did. And for 3 days he researched it, and by the third day he came to me more excited about joining the company than I was. And so I knew if my 28-year-old husband was excited to sell wrinkle cream, there must be another reason why. And just to give you a little background on Genoa, he's always been an entrepreneur. We both don't come from money. We've worked really hard for what we have. And he owned a mortgage company at the age of 21, owned a car dealership at the age of 25. We sold that, and then most recently he's done real estate investing. So to him it's always been about making money. And for me too as well, but we call him the Rain Man. He's a numbers guy, and so for him to be in on the business side of this company, I knew I was 100% in. And so we jumped in November of 2012, and within a few short months we earned a free Lexus, and within 5 months we had replaced my income with my salon, after overhead and everything. And I couldn't believe that we could do that part-time with a product. I mean, we both were still working full-time. And so I told Genoa, babe, imagine we did this in 5 months, working at part-time. Imagine what we could do if we put all of our energy into this, and where we'll be, a year from now. And so we decided, and I decided to take a huge life change, and I shut my salon down, and I retired from hair, and I gave away all my clients who had been with me for over 5 years. They all thought I was crazy, and it was very hard, but I knew deep down in my heart that it was the right decision, and I've never looked back once from that day, and it's just been amazing. our 12th month involved, we earned our $25,000 bonus, and that was our goal from the get-go, is that we wanted to earn that bonus, live better bonus in the first year of being involved. And so it's so exciting, it's so amazing to be able to be a part of a change in people's lives and get to do this business with the people that we love and build new friendships as well. So with that said, I'm going to introduce Genoa, and he's going to explain why a 29-year-old guy is excited to sell wrinkle cream.
So my name's Genoa. When Shawnee first told me about this on the drive home, I said, babe, there's no way in the world I'm going to sell an anti-wrinkle cream. That sounds miserable to me. But I've always been intrigued with numbers ever since I was a little kid. I always excelled with numbers more than any other subject. And my teachers would always ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would always answer with retired. And they would always laugh and say, that's not a career choice. You can't say you want to be retired. My definition wasn't sit at home and watch TV. It was just do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want. And so the first thing that I thought of when Shawnee told me this is, if this product, on the drive back from dinner with my parents, if this product really delivers results like it did on my mom and my dad, but it's doing this across the nation to everyone that uses it, then this company has to have some pretty incredible numbers to validate what that product's been doing on people. And I have a subscription to the Wall Street Journal, and it was naming off some of the fastest growing companies in history. It shows Google's first full year of revenue was $19.1 million, Amazon's first full year of revenue was $15.7 million, and eBay's first full year of revenue was $5.7 million. We grew twice as fast as eBay, Google, and Amazon combined, but we did it with one product in one country with zero advertising. If I could go back in time, I would invest every dollar I had in eBay, Google, and Amazon, knowing now what I know about those companies. So I knew that the numbers were there, which got me really excited. The next thing that I looked at was the science behind the product. And this was accidentally invented by a very renowned researcher known as Dr. Robert Newman. Typically, the general public doesn't get a chance to be a part of too many accidental discoveries, because they'll sell them to a larger corporation and they'll do whatever they want with them. And so Jeff Olson did something a little different. He said, I don't want to buy your patent. What I want to do is partner up with you, and we'll give 30% back to that same research that you were looking for in the very beginning. So I got more excited. I knew that the numbers were there and the science was there. There's something called a barrier of entry. This is why network marketing has a bad reputation. There's a lot of coffee companies out there, juice companies, that do really well in the very beginning. But what happens is they get copied over and over and over and over, and then even retail stores will start to get the product. And why would you buy through a distributor if you could buy it through anyone? Mm-hmm. And if you have 5 competitors out there, what makes your company so special? The thing that I love about our company, and this goes for traditional business as well, a barrier of entry, the definition, is how long will it take another company to copy you in a certain geographical area, because it's going to hurt your monthly or yearly sales. If someone was to copy our farm exactly, and we were telling them what to do, it's going to take 10 to 12 years for them to grow our exact farm. Then figure out how we accidentally discovered it, then go after our patent. So we have a 10 to 15 year run with zero competition in the marketplace. I've never seen that in any traditional business. I've never seen that in any drug company. I've never seen that in any network marketing company. So I started to get more and more and more excited. The number one reason why we got involved was Jeff Olson. Every company that he's consulted for or been the CEO of in the past 25 years, he's taken to over $100 million in sales. The last company he took to over $500 million in sales. He says that he didn't just come out of retirement to build a network marketing company. He came out to build the largest network marketing company. And so it's so incredible to follow someone of that caliber. There's only a handful of people on the planet that have the same track record as Jeff Olson. And so it doesn't happen very often until you get to follow behind someone of that caliber. Me and my wife bet our lives on it. I sold every house that we own, and she closed down her salon. And so some of the reasons why we did that, like I said, I've loved numbers ever since I was a little kid, and I based everything that I've ever done on statistics and numbers. There's a publication called Direct Selling News. It's a publication that goes out to over 7,700 companies and top executives around the world. They name the top 100 companies every single year off of gross sales. We got number 86 out of 100 in our first year of business. If you just took number 70 to 100, it took them an average of 12.2 years to get there. Every single company to do it had a product line, and every single company to do it was in more than one country. The average was 15 countries. So we did what the best of the best in the industry take 12.2 years with a full product line to do globally. We did it in our first year with one product in one country. I mean, I literally get goosebumps every time I say that line. I've said it hundreds of times. Mm-hmm. There's been over 10,000 companies who get into multi-level marketing. We've done what less than 0.1% have ever been able to do. We did it in our first year with one product in one country. The United States is only 20% of what the beauty industry is worldwide, so we haven't even gotten started. You'll hear Jeff Olson or Mark Smith talk about pre-momentum or ground floor opportunity. To put that in perspective, because I love numbers and do research, and Microsoft got started in 1975. In 1984, they became when they hit $100 million in revenue. It's $97.4 million. It took them 9 years to get to that point. We did it in one. From 1984 to 1986, nothing really exciting happened except for in 1986 they opened up their IPO, their initial public offering, which allowed the public to start to invest in Microsoft. In 1990, they became a billion-dollar company. From 1990 to year 2000, they created between 8 and 10,000 millionaires, more millionaires than any other company in history. And so that's what really excites me about this company, is we haven't even gotten started yet. Like I said, the United States is 20% of what the beauty industry is worldwide. I always like to use the example of a gold rush. In 1849, if you're from California, in 1849, gold was found in Coloma. They said for the first 5 years, people could walk down the river and fill up their coffee cups and buckets with gold. Said 10 years later, you could still get it, but you had to work a little bit harder. You had to dig for it. 165 years later now, you can still get gold if you want to make a living out of it, but you have to mine for it. And so being a part of a company so early on, of something that's going to be so huge, it doesn't happen very often. And the reason it's so simple is because we're not in the selling industry, we're in the sharing industry. And all we do is go around and ask people if they're willing to try our product for free. Almost no one has heard of it. And so you're going to hear a lot of people, if you get involved, tell you, oh my gosh, did you get involved in one of those pyramid scams? I learned something at a really young age. Never take financial advice from someone that's not living their dream life. And I saw something on the internet the other day that said I used to care what people think until I tried to pay my bills with their thoughts. And so working for 40 years for 40 hours a week and then retire with 40% of what never got you to your dream life, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. So I promise this opportunity, I wouldn't have bet my life on it and my wife's life on it if this wasn't truly going to be the largest network marketing company in history. And so if you've ever thought to yourself, oh man, I wish that I missed the .com era, or I've missed the real estate market twice now in the past 12 years. I just wish I was in the right place at the right time. You're never allowed to say that again, because you watch this little 10-minute video on YouTube, and when we do become as large as I promise you that we are going to be, you're going to remember 5 years back when you watch this little YouTube video. And so that's pretty much it. I thank you guys all for listening.
Yeah, so just to close it out really quick, whoever shared this video with you, they shared it with you because they truly just want you to see why they're so excited about this and why they're doing this, and they really care about you. And and maybe this isn't for you, and that's okay because it's not for everybody. But if it is for you, and this is something that you think that you would like to try the product as a customer, or you want to try this as a business, get together with whoever showed you this video, because they can definitely help you out in the process of doing that. So we just thank you guys all so much for taking time out to watch this video, and good luck to all of you and your success. Thank you.